Yeah, so 2 minutes. Please try it out before we continue. Yeah, so if you have found it, you can, oops, sorry. Yeah, maybe you can you can put it on chat box. Okay, so did you find? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 people has given their answer for. Okay, okay. Okay, so one of you have found all of the answer, yeah, which is good. Yeah, so I think let me just, yeah, so most of you, I think all of you, yeah, has answered correctly, yeah, so this is pretty straightforward. So this is just 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, yeah, which is just like what you said, 5,040, yeah. Okay, so probably some of you also noticed that to compute this one, we can use the previous result, yeah. So we know that this one is 120. And so we can just compute from here. We can multiply by 6 and then multiply by 7, yeah, to get the final result, right? So this is like, sorry, this is like 7 times 6 times 120, and you will get the same result, yeah. So even if you do it like one by one, you'll still get the same result, but this is yeah, I want to to notice this because it will help you in calculating the next one, yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, please, if you have found the answer for the next one, just post it on chat as well. So I see one, yeah, 2 people, yeah, 2 people have also found the answer for part C and D as well. Yes, I guess 2 minutes will be enough. Okay, see, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think let's just continue. Yeah, so most of you, and I hope all of you, yeah, have Yeah, understood this correctly, yeah. So 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial. So sum of one common mistake that you might do, yeah, is dividing the numbers first, yeah. So mistake, yeah. So common mistake is you divide the numbers first. So like 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Yeah, one common mistake is to divide 8 by 4 first, yeah. And then some people will compute it as 2, yeah, 2 factorial. This is a mistake. Yeah, so the correct one is you expand each one first, yeah. So 8 factorial is just 8 times 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah. And then 4 factorials is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, and again, yeah, what you can do, yeah, you can see here that because factorials always goes until 1, there will be, if we divide something factorial divided by something factorial, there will always be some terms that we can cancel out. Like here we have 4, 3, 2, 1, which is the same as this one, so we can cancel all of this out, yeah. So we just have to compute these 4 numbers, yeah, which is 1,680, yeah, if I remember correctly. So yeah. Okay, and alhamdulillah, most of you have, yeah, or at least most of you have given your answer in chat. Have given it correctly, yeah, given the correct answer. Yeah. So another way to write this down is by, yeah. So even if we can divide all of this, yeah, quickly, but it's still, yeah, take quite some time to write it all down, yeah. Yeah, and it is, yeah, if we have like greater factorials like this, like 10 factorials or maybe 11, 12, and so on, then you have to write down 12 numbers, yeah. So that's why for something like this, we can also write it down like, let's use this one. So 7 factorials, we can also write it down like this, right? Like this. So 7 times 6 times 5 factorials, right? This is the same, right? Because 5 factorials is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So this is the same. And yeah, the computation, the calculation will also give you the same number. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah? We can write it down like this. And why do we want to write it down like this? Yeah, to simplify something like this. Yeah. So to write down 10 factorials divided by 6 factorials, I don't have to write down all the way until 1. Yeah, I can just write down 10, 9, 8, 7, and then 6 factorials. Yeah, sorry, 6 factorial. And then we divide by 6 factorial, which is the same thing as this one. So we can just cancel out this and we'll get the same thing. Yeah. So 10 times 9, 8. Okay, let's see. This is 72 times 7. Yeah, 4,040. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you'll get the same answer. Yeah. Yeah, so let's continue with the next slide. Yeah, these are the answers, and you can see all of you. Yeah, so you have done this correctly. And then let's see. Yeah, so we'll skip this one. Yeah, so basically back to binomial expansion. Yeah. Yeah, I told you in binomial expansion that we have a formula, yeah, for each side or each coefficient of Pascal's triangle. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, not this one. Sorry, it's on this page. Okay, mungkin nanti saja. So let me just yeah. Yeah, so yeah, basically what we so each of the Pascal's triangle. So I'll write down the Pascal's triangle. So if we have something like this, we have something like this, yeah, Pascal's triangle. Okay, maaf. Nah, so remember Pascal's triangle, and remember that in a binomial expansion, each coefficient, we can find each coefficient by looking at the Pascal's triangle, right? So 1, and then 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Yeah, and so on. So, and we call this row 0, row 1, row 2, and so on. Yeah. And so actually, yeah, let's this is actually the Pascal's triangle. We can get this from like the combination, yeah, this one. Yeah, we can get it from here. Sorry, hilang jadinya. Yeah, we can get each each term in the Pascal's triangle from this formula, yeah, this one. So we have two notations for combination. Yeah, it's better if you can recognize both. So we can write it down as NCR like this. So we usually say N choose R, yeah. Yeah, or the other notation is like this. And mostly when we are talking about binomial, we use this notation, yeah. Yeah, so basically it's like this, something like this, and choose R. So this is n factorials divided by n minus r factorials times r factorials. So yeah, this is yeah, this is combination, and yeah, this is actually part of what is it? Combination and permutation are part of peluang, ya, peluang itu apa? Ya, bab peluang gitu ya. Nanti kalian akan pelajari juga di kelas 12. Okay, but this formula we can use it to find binomial coefficient. So let's just try. Yes. So let's just give you some example of using this formula. So for example, let's say, yeah, want to find 4, choose, yeah, and by the way, one more thing that you have to note is that, yeah, 0 factorial is defined to be 0, yeah. Sorry, it's defined to be 1. Yeah, so let's say you want to find 4, choose 0. So looking at the formula, this is 4 factorials divided by 4 minus, yeah, so this is n, this is r, so n minus r becomes 4 minus 0 factorials, and r factorials is just 0 factorials, yeah. Okay, so what is this? This is 4 factorials divided by 4 factorial and 0 factorial. So we can cancel this out, and we know that 0 factorial is 1. So this is just 1 over 1, yeah, which is 1. Okay, so let's look at the next example. Yeah, let's say 4, choose 1, yeah. Okay, so again, we can just look at this formula. N is 4 in this case, and R is 1. So n factorial is 4 factorials. 4 factorial, and then n minus r is 4 minus 1. Factorials, and then r factorial is just 1 factorial. So this is 4 factorial, and then divided by 4 minus 1 is 3 factorial and 1 factorial. Okay, and just like before, we can expand this one, expand 4 factorial to get, yeah, n cancel some of the term, yeah, cancel out some of the term. So 4 times 3, yeah, we can just write down as 4 times 3 factorial, and we can cancel out 3, yeah. And then what is left is 4 divided by 1 factorial, and 1 factorial is also 1, yeah. 1 factorial is also 1, so this is just 4. Okay. Is it clear enough? Any question?
Mungkin belum, Mister.
Oke, mungkin belum ya. Okay, then again, I want you to, okay, let's use the other side. Yeah, I want you to compute all of this. Yeah, so we have 4, choose 0, this is equal to 1. 4, choose 1, this is equal to 4. Yeah. And then I want you to do this 3. Yeah. Yeah. And remember the formula. So n choose r equals n factorials divide, yeah, n factorial divided by n minus r factorial times r factorial. Ya, ini ya, ini n, ini r. So by this way, and yeah, we'll see some pattern, and yeah, just try it for now, yeah. I guess for this one, 5 minutes is enough. Yeah, and just like before, I think someone already got the answer. Yep, okay. Yeah, and just like before, yeah, after you get the answer, you can try, you can type them in the chat box. Yeah, so let's say this is A. Okay, yeah, thank you. Sorry, you have 1 more minute to do it, and I have seen many of you have already tried yeah, I mean, have tried and finished and give me the answer. And yeah, most have done it correctly, but some I still, yeah, there is still some mistake, but I think just a calculation mistake ya. Ya. Oke, ada yang jawab 6 mungkin. Ya, betul ya. Ya, oke. Oke, nice. So most okay. Yeah, so some mistake that I saw in your answer is for part C, yeah. For part C. So mostly you have answered correctly, but some still give incorrect answer, yeah, especially in part C. Yeah, let's just do it together to check your answers, yeah. Yeah, so if I have to give you quickly, this is 6, part C is 6, part D is 4, and part E is 1, yeah. So yeah, so let's use this formula. So n choose r, n factorials divided by n minus r factorial times r factorial. So n is 4 in this case, yeah, in all of this case actually. So this is 4 factorials divided by n minus r, so 4 minus 2, yeah, factorials, and then r factorial, so 2 factorial. Okay, so I think most of you that who answered 1 in this case tries to multiply 2 factorials by 2 factorials, yeah, so you will get so you wrote down 4 factorial, yeah, which is not the correct way to do it. Yeah, just like before, yeah, just like before, 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial is not 2 factorial. Multiplication also doesn't hold, yeah, so 2 factorial times 2 factorial, this is not equal to 4 factorial, so that's why this is not 1. Instead, yeah, maybe, yeah, let's just do it like usual. So 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, or times 2 factorial. And then 2 factorial is just 2 factorial and 2 factorial. Yeah. Yeah, so we can cancel out the 2, and 2 factorial is 2 times 1. So it's 2. 2 factorial is 2, and then 4 times 3 divided by 2. Yeah. So 6. Okay. For choose 3, yeah, for choose 3. So 4 factorial, just like before. 4 factorial, 4 minus 1. So, sorry, 4 minus 3. So 1 factorial and 3 factorial, yeah. So if you notice, this is actually the same as this one, yeah. This is the same as this one. Yeah, the only difference is in the order of the multiplication, yeah, 1 factorial, 3 factorial, this is 3 factorial, 1 factorial. But otherwise it is, yeah, everything is the same, yeah. So yeah, this is just like, this is just the same as this one. So this is 4. And again, 4 choose 4 is 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 4, so 0 factorial and 4 factorial. So again, this is the same as this one, 4 choose 0, which is 1, yeah. So this is 1. Yeah, so yeah, did you see any pattern from this? If you look, yeah, if you look at the answers, you have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, yeah. So does it remind you of anything? Let's move it here. So yeah, this is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, yeah. So yeah, does it remind you of anything? So yeah, if you remember, this is the same as the Pascal's triangle, the 4th row, yeah, the 4th row of the Pascal's triangle. So it's basically like this, yeah. So this is 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Yeah. So this is the 4th row, or row 4, yeah, of the Pascal's triangle. And that is exactly, yeah, what you want, yeah. That is exactly what I want to show you. So in other words, we can write down the Pascal triangle like this, yeah. The fourth row, the row 4 of Pascal triangle like this. For 0 as 1, yeah. So 1 is actually for choose 0, and then 4 is for choose 1. And then 6 is for choose 2, 4 is for choose 3, and 4 choose 4. Yeah, so this will give you the same thing as this one, yeah. Okay, so what does it imply? So remember when I say that we can use the Pascal's triangle to find the coefficient of binomial, but we actually have a formula for it, yeah. So yeah, this is the formula, and because we have the formula, we don't have to actually write down all terms in the Pascal's triangle to find one coefficient, yeah. So we don't have to write down all the coefficient, all the terms to find just one coefficient, because I have given an example of this before. Okay, wait, let me. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, if we continue the pattern, if we try to continue the pattern, we will get something like this, yeah, for the Pascal's triangle. So yeah, similarly for row 4, it looks like this. So maybe you can guess in row 3, the n, yeah. So yeah, in row 4, you can see n is always 4, yeah, and then the r goes from 0 to 4. So from there, you can guess actually that for the previous row and the next row, it will be the same pattern, yeah. So the first term in the third row will have, yeah, will be n equals 3. So this is 3 and r equals 0, yeah. And it grows from 0 to 3, yeah. So 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, and then 3, 3, yeah. Then for row 2, it's 2, 0, 2, 1, and then 2, 2. And this is 1, 0, and 1, 1. And this is 0, 0, yeah. Yeah, and so on. Yeah, and so on. Okay, so how can we use this? So basically, so actually, if we just want to find until, yeah, if the power is not too big, then it's probably not too hard, yeah, to just write down all the terms in a Pascal's triangle, right? The problem is when the power is big, is pretty big, yeah. When the power is pretty big, then you can, yeah, you will get a very long, yeah, a very long Pascal triangle, and it will definitely take many times, yeah. Sorry, take a lot of times. So that's why we can use the formula, yeah. That's where we can use the formula. And okay, let's move the screen. Actually, let's just. Yeah, so go back to this. Yeah. So let's go to the pattern, yeah. So yeah, this is just what I just showed you. So this is basically, this is 1, 1, 1, 1 to 1, and so on, yeah. Yeah, so if we put all of them together, so the coefficient of a Pascal's triangle, and then the power will get something like this, yeah. A plus b to the power of n is equal to the sum. Yeah, basically each term looks like this, yeah. So I said it before that each term will look like, so each term of a plus b to the power of n, each term will look like something like this. So some coefficient times a to the power of something times b to the power of something, yeah. Where the coefficient, we take the coefficient from the Pascal's triangle, and then the power of A is descending from the greatest power until 0, and the power of B is ascending, so from 0 to the greatest power. Yeah, and we can, yeah, for the Pascal's triangle, we have just seen, yeah, that it is actually combination, yeah. So in short, if we want to write down each term of the Pascal of the binomial expansion, it will look something like this, yeah. And choose R, yeah, or K maybe, times a to the power of n minus r times b to the power of r, yeah. So it will start, and r starts from 0 until, yeah, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on until n, yeah. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that, for example, a plus b, yeah, let's use an example that we already know. So a plus b to the power of 4, yeah, a plus b to the power of 4 is a to the power of 4 plus 4a cubed times b plus 6a squared b squared plus 4ab cubed plus b to the power of 4. So yeah, basically what this means, and we'll compare it to here, to this expansion later, is that a plus b to the power of 4, yeah, each term will look like this. It means each term looks like this, where n is 4, n is the power, yeah, n is the power, so n is 4. And then r starts from 0 to n, yeah. So the first term will be 4, choose 0. And then a to the power of 4 minus 0, 4 minus 0. And then b is 0, yeah. Okay, plus the second term will have same n, so n is 4, but r is 1, yeah. So it will be 4, choose 1 times a to the power of 4 minus 1 times b to the power of 1, yeah. Yeah, and so on until the last term. Yeah, so this is, let's see, this is for, yeah, we did it before in our previous slide. So for choose 0, yeah, this is just the same as Pascal's triangle, yeah. So for choose 0 is 1. So 1, and then a to the power of 4 minus 0, a to the power of 4, times b to the power of 0 is 1, plus 4 choose 1 is 4, a to the power of 4 minus 1, so a cubed, and then b to the power of 1, yeah. Yeah, and so on. And in the end, eventually we'll get something like this, yeah. So 1 times a to the power of 4 times 1 is a to the power of 4. 4a cubed times b, yeah, so this is the same, and so on. Yeah. So any question? Oke, belum ya? Yeah. So next, yeah. So for this one, this one is sorry, this one, yeah. The coefficient for x cubed in 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. This is what we discussed about last meeting, yeah. So yeah, this is the formula that we just used is useful in such a case, yeah. In a case where we only want one term, so it will, yeah, basically if we only want one term and the power is quite big, yeah. So basically, if we have to expand all, or if we have to write down all of the Pascal's triangle, it will be a waste of time, yeah. So this is an example of the case where, yeah, it would be useful to just, yeah, just use the formula instead of finding all the coefficient or all the terms, yeah. Yeah, so in this example, okay, let me clear this one. Yeah, what is the coefficient for x cubed? Yeah, in this case, yeah, just like before, we can check the power, yeah, because each term looks like, okay, so 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. So each term will look like this, yeah. 8, choose something, so choose k, or maybe choose r. Yeah, let's use k, so that it is the same as this one. Yeah, 8 choose k times 2x to the power of 8 minus k times 4 to the power of k, yeah. So okay, let's compare with the last one. Yeah, this one, yeah. So each term, okay, tadi harusnya saya nggak hapus dulu, nggak apa. So each term looks like this, yeah. So starts from, yeah, if we want to expand this, yeah, it's something like 8 choose 0 times 2x to the power of 8 times 4 to the power of 0, yeah, plus 8 choose 1 times 2x to the power of 7 times 4 to the power of 1 plus 8 choose 2 times 2x to the power of 6 times 4 to the power of 2, yeah, and so on. Yeah, if you want to expand all terms, you will get something like this. Yeah, and yeah, remember, each of this, 8 choose 0, 8 choose 1, 8 choose 2, and so on, is just the same as the row 8 in Pascal's triangle. So yeah, basically each term look like this, right? So 8 minus k and k, so the sum will be 8, yeah. The sum of the power will always be 8, right? 8, 7, and 1, the sum is 8, 6 and 2, the sum is 8, and so on. Yeah, from here, we can determine which term will give you x cubed, yeah. So we want the coefficient of x cubed. So if we know that each term looks like this, we can use this formula or this this formula, yeah, this formula to find x cubed, yeah. So how to get x cubed? Basically, yeah, x is only here, yeah. So in this term, we have no x here, we have no x here, so x is only over here. So to get x cubed, this one, this power must be 5, yeah. To get x cubed, to get x to the power of 3, we must have 5. Sorry, we must have 3 for the power here, yeah. So 8 minus k is 5. Sorry. the power is 3, so 8 minus k is 3, so k is 5, yeah. And then you can get the term by substituting k equals 5, yeah, just like this one. Yeah, so basically you will get k equals 5, so the term will be 8 choose 5 times 2x to the power of 3 times 4 to the power of 5, yeah. Yeah, because k is 5. So yeah, and you will get, yeah, you can compute that 8 choose 5 is 56. And then you multiply by this, you multiply by this, you will get the answer. Yeah, you will get the answer. Sorry. Yeah, you will get the answer, and you don't have to write down all of the terms of the Pascal's triangle until row 8, yeah. So yeah, this is why the formula is useful, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so basically this is the topic for today. Yeah, and one more thing. It's if you prefer to use Pascal's triangle, even if you have to write down a lot of things, yeah, then that's also fine. Yeah, this is just a formula to help you to speed up the or to yeah, save up sometimes, yeah, save up sometimes to get the correct coefficient. Okay. Yeah, so we still have oh, sorry, time's up, yeah, time is up. So let's yeah, I'll wrap it up quickly. Yeah, I'll wrap it up quickly. So sorry, not this one. Let's get back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, this is an example. So yeah, this is just like what I used before. So for choose 0, for choose 1, for choose 2, and so on. Yeah, and the power add up to n. Yeah. So it's basically the same as the last one, ya. Yeah. So okay, saya nggak masukkan ya ternyata. Ya, intinya adalah, so the point is that this is very useful when we want to find the power of only some terms, ya. Ya, ini dia, sorry. Yeah, so as a closing, I want you to look at one example from past papers. Yeah, so let's just do it quickly ya. The sum on, sorry, nomor 2 kalau nggak salah. Ya, ini dia ya. So the coefficient of 1 over x in the expansion of kx plus 1 over x. Okay, sorry. Ya, nggak apa-apa lah. Ya, the expansion of this is 74 ya. Ini rada sulit ini sebenarnya. Kita pakai yang ini dulu. Bisa cepat ya. Nah, ini dia. Enggak, sorry. Nah, ini nih. Yeah, so find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of x minus 2 over x to the power of 6, yeah. Nah, ini agak berbeda dengan sebelumnya. So this a bit different from before because here x is does not only appear once, yeah, in the expansion. So we have x and 2 over x over here. But basically, we do the same thing. The expansion, yeah. If we want to use, yeah. So basically, you can have 2 ways to solve this. The first one is by using the Pascal's triangle. The second one is by using the formula, the combination formula, and I will use the second one. Yeah. So each term. So we want to find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of this, and we know that each term looks like this. Yeah. So the power is 6. So n. So let me just remind you of this. Yeah, so each term looks like this. Yeah, 6 shows r, and then times x to the power of 6 minus r, and then times negative 2 over x to the power of r. Yeah. So to find the coefficient of x squared, first we need to find out what r is. Yeah. Yeah, and we can do it by looking at the power. Yeah. So here we have x to the power of 6 minus r, and then 2 over x to the power of r. And then if we combine, we'll get, yeah, and let's just focus on x. Yeah. Yeah, so you will get that x, yeah, yeah, consider the x, yeah, consider x. Yeah, consider only the power of x, yeah. X, so it will be x to the power of 6 minus r. And then this is just x to the power of minus 1, right? The power of x. And then to the power of r, yeah. So one, the combination of this becomes x squared. So there we will get this. We want this to be x squared. So we will find r. Yeah, this is equal to x squared, and so x to the power of 6 minus 2r equals x squared, and you will find that r. So basically r equals 2. So 2r equals 4, and so r equals 2, yeah. And then you can get the coefficient by using this r equals 2, and then you put it into this this formula, yeah. And so that's it. Ya, ya karena waktu sudah habis, mungkin saya tidak hitung dulu ya. Nanti di pertemuan selanjutnya kita lanjutkan. Inshallah. So that's it for today. Thank you for your attention and see you next meeting. Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.